So if you take a look at this, right, you're like, oh, I can hit talent. Look how much damage you do with 2 items. Is that he's actually like dead from 2 auto attacks. It's actually insane. And ulti just like, dude, this champion is nutty. And like if you have no W, just run away. It's that simple, right? You don't even need Rage Blade stacked, honestly. Although Rage Blade is icing on the cake. Having just like if you like this is Rage Blade stacked, right? So you do insane amount of damage. Of course, you're with Lulu as well. But like look at this, we're literally in the middle of them doing damage and tanking. It's like disgusting because you have a Death's Dance. We're back at it again. Hopefully can pump more of these out, but I think content creation really goes hand in hand with how much I'm enjoying the game, and I am happy to bring you guys a build today that will most definitely help you guys enjoy ADC again. So I just want to have a little like background fun story thing real quick. You know, I always, the part I loved about ADC is like auto attacking, kiting things out, you know, picking when to go in, that kind of stuff, right? And with like ADCs like Varus or like 200 years of Philios, like this, it doesn't really exist. You just press Q, press R from like 3 million range, right? And now I want to show you guys something that might help with that, okay? It's Kog'Maw. And you're like, Kog'Maw? Wait a minute. Isn't Kog'Maw just so bad? Like no one plays Kog'Maw? And you're right. Yeah. No one plays Kog'Maw, but he's not as bad as you think he is, okay? And I have small sample size of, I don't know, however many games this is. We're playing on like, this is D4, right? But these are all GM players in my games and whatever. So not the lowest of elos. This is like kind of low elo, but we have like 5 or what is it? 4 games on Kog'Maw on this account. Just straight up 4 wins. And on this account, it's 3 wins and 7. So I've only played 7 games of Kog'Maw, but I've literally not lost a single game, even when I'm running it down. It's actually insane. I went like 0-5 one of these games and I still won. It's crazy, okay? This is a champion where if you fall behind, you're like, oh, this is fine. Like I can still win. But if you fall behind on other ADCs, a lot of times it feels really hopeless because you do no damage, you have no money, you really can't get back in the game. With Kog'Maw, you're in the game the instant you skill Q and ulti. It's insane, okay? So basically the build is manamune into Rage Blade into miscellaneous. So right now I'm running like manamune, Rage Blade, Death's Dance, right? Let's see if we have like a complete build here somewhere. I mean, this is probably most updated. Like manamune, Rage Blade, Death's Dance, and then like Zeal item, or you do like manamune, Rage Blade, Zeal item, Death's Dance. Really depends on your game. But I've been having a lot of success with Death's Dance third. If you don't need the Death's Dance third for whatever reason, definitely Zeal item is really effective. Otherwise, any combination of that, and then you round out the build like Infinity Edge. Anything you really need. Sometimes Blade of the Ruined King, sometimes Wits End. Who knows? You know, you just build something. Yeah, that's basically the build, and it's really simple. And then for runes, you just take Lethal Temple, right? It's nothing too crazy, honestly. Nimbus is really the key factor here, along with Bloodline and Lethal Temple. But Presence of Mind also key because you're running manamune, so having more mana will mean you do extra damage, right? So yeah, this is the Kog'Maw build I wanted to show you guys, and of course, it's not really a good video unless I have some example clips for you guys, all right? And before we continue with the video, I wanted to shout out. I know I realized I didn't shout out this in my other videos, but someone Azula Azulis or Azula Azulis. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but dude, this dude made this fan art of me, and I thought it was super cool. So I just wanted to share with YouTube. I know like Twitch and Twitter already saw it, but yo, this shit is dope. Okay. Anyways, I digress. Let's go back to our main topic here. So, just like a quick rundown of like what we're looking at here. Basically, in this video, we're gonna look at, you know, the potential of this. Like when you get your items, what can you do with it? Like your carry potential, right? And then we're gonna look at like mechanically, how do we play it? And then we're gonna look at 3 stages of the game. Okay, we're gonna look at laning phase, like a little bit of laning phase. It shouldn't be too insane. The pre-Muramana, so when you have like manamune, and then how you play with manamune only, you know. And then after you have Muramana, how does the gameplay change? Okay. So let's start off with some let's just knock the easy stuff out. Let's just look at laning stuff. Okay, so basically I don't know if you watch my other YouTube videos, but when I talk about like patterns and archetypes of champions in bot lane, we categorize like, you know, all in, catch, whatever. ADC for most ADCs is really simple. A lot of them have all-in potential, and Cog is no different. You have your all-in potential is literally press W, press Q. It's that simple. Okay, you have no W, you have no all-in potential. That's easy, right? Your trading is just Q, press W, auto attack once, right? It's simple. So you got a trade pattern, you have an all-in pattern, and then if you have manamune, you have a poke pattern. You press E and R. Okay, but that one's not used as much, in my opinion. It's really just you learn how to use your Q and W effectively. Now let me show you what it actually looks like. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. We have a level 2 all-in against Qwelz Nami, right? We're playing Thresh Kog'Maw. As I said, it's just literally press Q, press W. It's really that simple. Okay. Also, I should probably show you guys what post Muramana Kog'Maw looks like, because that's what we're here for, right? We'll just mix up the order in the editing. But yeah, literally press Q and just press W, and you have all in potential. And the important part is landing your Q. Kog'Maw's Q shreds % armor and magic resist. That's actually insane. Level 1, it shreds 20% armor and magic resist. Last Whisper gives you 20% armor penetration. Dude, this is literally a Last Whisper built into your kit. It's like actually one of the most broken skills in the game. Okay? You need to learn how to like not miss Q. And actually it's really easy against these like bruisers nowadays because they always stand in front of your face, so it's really easy to land Q. Everyone just runs at you, so it's really simple to land Q. Right? Let me show you guys, before we continue, let me show you guys what a cog with items looks like, okay? So let's just take like one of these. This is more exciting, where we have, you know, cog flash in clip, okay? And our general pattern is basically Q or ulti to follow up on our teammates. Otherwise, we're looking to do literally just press W to do damage, right? And then Q if we're actually killing someone, right? So if you take a look at this, right? We're like, oh, I can hit Talon. Look how much damage you do with 2 items. Is that he's actually like dead from 2 auto attacks. It's actually insane. And ulti just like, dude, this champion is nutty. And like, if you have no W, just run away. It's that simple, right? You don't even need Rage Blade stacked, honestly. Although Rage Blade is icing on the cake. Having just like, if you have like, this is Rage Blade stacked, right? So you do insane amount of damage. Of course, you're with Lulu as well. But like, look at this. We're literally in the middle of them doing damage and tanking. It's like disgusting because you have a Death's Dance, right? And your damage comes from the Muramana Rage Blade. And if you didn't know, Rage Blade helps proc your W more often, right? Because every 3rd hit will become a phantom hit. You get an extra hit. And Muramana procs on this extra auto attack as well. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Muramana procs on it as well. And the reason why this build works is because it's super efficient. Manamune is such a cheap item that when completed, when you get the Muramana, it's super gold efficient. You get a ton of AD from it, all right? And the kicker is that Kog'Maw can stack this really fast. He can press R, he can press Q, he can press E as he's walking to lane, and that literally just charges manamune really fast. Like, you can have a rotation on charging the ability, all right? So let's go back to the laning stuff. I just want to show you 2 more quick examples. You know, it's nothing too crazy. It's just showing all in potential, what it actually looks like when you can land Q and W. People might think Kog'Maw is useless in lane, but I don't think that's true at all, really. It's just playing around your support, right? They're just catching someone, we're just gonna land Q and press W, right? Otherwise, we're just chilling out, no problem. Basically, playing around your support in a nutshell. I mean, here you just literally press Q, press W, he's dead. Like, your all-in potential is disgusting, right? Look at this. He's literally just dead. So, not much to really say. It's really binary playstyle. You have W, you can do stuff. No W, can't do stuff, right? Same with similar ideas with Q. E is like, honestly, E is not as useful since we're not skilling it. We do W, max W, then max Q, and then max E. But E can be used to proc lethal tempo, or to slow into ulti, or to just combo off teammate CC, right? And then last one is just a lot more of the same. We just press Q in an all-in and press W. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. It's really, really basic. And one good thing about manamune as we're watching this is the build path is really, really nice in laning phase. Like, instead of looking for like some kind of pickaxe or cutlass base, BF or cutlass base, we're looking for a pickaxe base and a fairy charm. It's really, really what's it called, not punishing, right? It's really easy to get, right? Look, it's really simple. Like, you press W, you think you're killing them, you know, you press W to just trade as much damage as possible. And, you know, if you land Q, you're almost always winning. And then if you think you just can't finish, you just walk away. No problem. No harm done, right? You just walk away, no problem. And then you have Q back again. I guess you can just kill them, right? It's just that insane. It's just that easy, okay? But yeah, let's get to the meat of what Kog'Maw looks like. That is to say, when you have manamune and after your mana is finished. Okay, these are the two main criteria to see how useful Kog'Maw is. Okay, we're gonna say that Kog'Maw is useful with manamune because he can Q to shred opponents to help your team kill people faster, and you can ulti to help do damage from long range. Actually, similar to a Varus Q, in the sense that you are completely safe. You can use it to check bushes. Also has like a lot shorter cooldown than Varus Q. But yeah, you can literally help your team kill people just by pressing Q and R. Don't even have to auto attack anyone. That's the crazy part with manamune, okay? So let me show you just a bunch of clips in a row. Just manamune only, no mana. I mean, in this clip, I'm literally 1 in 4, right? With like no CS. It's really disaster. Yeah, this is just a classic. Every time fights break out, you look to Q and ulti, right? And then while you're not fighting, you just charge manamune. Look at me. Look at where I'm standing. I'm just spamming R on Ashe, right? And she's dead. Did you stat? She literally died without me. I autoed her once and she died. Like, back it up. Like, watch this again. It's actually crazy, right? It's literally press R on the backline. Ulti will always be relevant damage on the backline. Maybe not so much on the full HP frontline. If you didn't know, ulti does execute damage. But if you watch Ashe here, she's literally just taking damage from minions, Thresh ult, my ult. That's it. And one auto attack. And that was 800 gold shutdown. Like, it's crazy, right? You saw the ulti on Nunu, not as relevant, which is why your Q and W come super handy, because Q and W is super relevant on the front line, right? But your ulti is just pressure the backline. You just spam ulti on their face over and over again. And one of the great things about manamune is that you, and presence of mind, is that you really don't run out of mana. Like, okay, of course, you don't want Kog'Maw ulti to be stacking like 5 times, but you can cast 120 mana ulti a few times, like no problem, right? You're not really in any fear. Let me show you some more clips. You're not really under any pressure, right? Let's just show this one here. I mean, if he lands hook, we just press Q and R, right? It's really simple, dude. Really simple. Like, you're not killing people with W. Think about it this way. When you have manamune, you help people by pressing Q and R, right? And then, you know, press W is just, you know, just for like, you know, you're cheering your team on, I guess. You're just trying to help a little bit. But you're not killing people with W yet. You kill people with W when you have mirror mana, okay? Let me show you. All these clips are going to be Q, E, and ulti with some flavor of W. But even if you want to have a Rage Blade here, it's going to be the same. It's really the same story. Your W is not the most important thing to land in these fights, right? Your Q and ulti value. I can't stress this enough, right? You cannot mess up your Q and ulti, because otherwise you won't be able to do anything. Like, look at how far range I can help with this, right? Remember, execute damage, very relevant when they're low. Kog'Maw does super, like, a lot more extra damage when they're low. Like, you watch this, I'm autoing Ashe, it doesn't do anything, right? But when she's low and I ulti her, she just instantly dies. Did you see that number? I think it was like 370 damage. And I have like no AP, right? It's really crazy. It's really crazy. I have 25 AP. Like, that's nothing. Like, take a look at this again. Like, these fights are really a good benchmark in terms of what you can expect from your damage. Okay? Press Q, press R, and then randomly use W to poke, right? And then that's basically your whole mid-game until you get mirror mana. And if you want to charge manamune as fast as possible, you need to make sure you're not dying and you charge on a rotation. Like, basically press R first, then like QWE is just a nice fast example of how to stack manamune. Just walking a lane, I press R because, you know, you wait for the R stacking cooldown to reset. Then you press Q, you press W, literally just press whatever fucking buttons you need to stack manamune, honestly. And then you wait for your ulti stacks to reset, and you just continue. And in this way, you can stack manamune super fast. But I cannot emphasize this following point enough. You need to stack manamune as fast as possible so you can get to your mirror mana spike. That's your maximum carry potential, or your big spike is the mirror mana. And you cannot stack if you're dead. Okay, you need to prioritize staying alive and stacking as hard as possible. Okay, and then once you get to like Muramana, Rage Blade, Death's Dance, you can actually just start inting. It doesn't really matter as much, okay? But you have to get there, okay? That's the important part. You have to get there. It's very, very clear win condition and strategy. You buy the manamune as fast as possible. You stack it as fast as possible, helping fights if you can press Q and R. And then when you have the Muramana, then you look to make plays with your Muramana, right? Usually when I talk about builds, I'm like, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. This build, this is fucking insane. It's gonna be meta, I think. Like once people learn how to play this is just so disgusting. It's literally like the freest games of your life if you learn how to play this playstyle. Like literally press R, literally press Q, stack manamune. Like that's literally it. Like here, I don't even have manamune, right? Okay, so the example of me trying to make a play with Rage Blade, but no Muramana. It looks a little bit difficult, right? Because I'm lacking a little bit of damage because I don't have my Muramana, right? So that was all Rage Blade and W damage there. So it doesn't look quite as good. So yeah, you need to like, you know, you can look to make some W plays, but usually not really. I would probably recommend you to stick to queuing and ulting unless the W play with Rage Blade is super free. I mean, this is all the same. Like honestly, it's really that simple, guys. You press R when your teammate CCs. You press Q. You press R. It's just rinse and repeat, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's super simple playstyle, okay? The only thing you need to focus on is just staying so far back, the enemy team doesn't even think about engaging on you. And then you watch your teammates to see if they're gonna stun, so you can press R, the combo, okay? Now, let's get to the good stuff. How to carry when you actually get to your item spike. And I would consider Cog to be item spike on Muramana Rage Blade. You are full-on carry potential. Okay, Muramana Rage Blade, right? So every example we're gonna see has at least Muramana Rage Blade. Death's Dance is legit just a straight defensive item. Anything after that is gonna be Zeal into IE, okay? And I'm gonna show you, like, this is literally just Muramana and Rage Blade, okay? We stack the Rage Blade as much as possible, then we press W and just run it down. That's it. That's it. You press W and run it down. And you hold on to Q and ulti until you can actually land them, right? So you see it was a little bit awkward there, but you know, you get the idea. I literally like killed Qwelz in like 3 hits, right? And this one, maybe you thought I was a little bit fed. So let's take an example where I'm 3 and 6, right? Maybe it's a little bit more fair. Okay, same thing, Muramana Rage Blade Spike, right? And you're like, okay, what happens if you can't stack your Rage Blade before you press W? Let me show you, okay? This is why the Muramana is super insane. Super cost efficient, super insane. Like, it's not stacked at all. I'm killing Talon in like 4 auto attacks and an ulti, right? And I don't know if you'll notice, but Talon is 9-1 or 8-1 when this play happened. He was 8-1 with like 2.5 items, and I was 3 and 6. In what world does an ADC kill Talon here? Like no world except Cog world. Okay, Kog'Maw is the future. I promise you. I promise you, Kog'Maw is the future. In fact, now in champion select nowadays, when I'm considering picking Caitlyn, I'm like, I probably would have a higher chance to win the game if I pick Kog'Maw, okay? Not a joke. Here's more damage check with a Zeal item. I think Runons is very good because Runons can proc Muramana. It's just that usually we need PD because a lot of things in the game kill you, right? So let me show you what damage check looks like when you're playing Kog'Maw, right? So here's like damage on Ziggs. You see he dies in like 3 autos with Rage Blade stacked, right? That's a nice benchmark on a backline champion. Rage Blade stack, you just almost instantly kill them with W, right? That, I mean, this you do no damage without W. See that? This is another damage check on Alistar. If you have no W, you can't really do anything. But the instant I got W, he just disappeared, right? And then let me show you another more damage benchmarks. This is basically all examples for you guys to soak up. And then the second part of the guide, which will probably be like tomorrow or something, I'll go over a full game of Kog'Maw. And we'll go over like how to stack stuff like more in depth, like specifically what does it look like in an actual game. But you see, I'm like not even fed here. I'm 5 and 7. I've been inting this whole game, but it really doesn't matter because I press W, hit the closest guy, and I just look to ulti. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like it's the most brainless thing ever. Like I'm actually missing half my abilities. Check this W. Oh my god, check that ulti out. Oh my god, is that the most disgusting thing you've ever seen? Yeah, it's just insane. And here's the funny thing is that this only works because of manamune, guys. Okay, so pray to Riot that this doesn't get nerfed, because without manamune, this just all falls apart. This does not work with Blade the Durin King. Blade the Durin King is a little bit too expensive. You don't get to spam your abilities because you don't have like Giga Mana, right? It's just not as good. But Mirror Mana, dude, that stuff, dude, this stuff is just broken, to be quite honest. I think it will get a nerf if it starts getting abused like this. But yeah, Kog'Maw is crazy. Okay, Kog'Maw is crazy, and it's simple playstyle. Okay, so let me show you off the top of my head, just to reiterate the point. For teamfight habits, when you get into a fight, in laning phase, it's look to press Q and then press W to kill. Okay, and then with manamune, before your 2-item spike, you're looking for Q and ulti. Q and ulti spam. Okay, and then once you have Mirror Mana, it's still Q and ulti spam, but throw in a look for W's. Your W can actually do significant damage, and you can look for a play on the back line or just save W to kill the front line, right? And lethal tempo, using lethal tempo, it should come naturally. But if you really want to get spicy with it, it's, you know, stack Rage Blade, then E them for the lethal tempo, and then press W. Okay, so that's basically the Cog playstyle in a nutshell. Hopefully I didn't like ramble too much, but you guys should get the idea. Okay, I think Kog'Maw is really insane. I think you guys should definitely try it out. It really does not require too many insane mechanics unless you don't know how to kite or orb walk. Let me know how your guys' games are going, and if you want to see more / watch me play this insane Kog'Maw champion, follow me on twitch.tv/xFSN Saber. I'm pretty much streaming like every day, right? Pretty much streaming every day. You can go come say hi. I'll sometimes make YouTube videos on there when it's not like 4 a.m. But yeah, let me know how you guys' games are going, and let me know what you guys think of the build. Actually, manamune is becoming, I'm literally building manamune on everything, including Caitlyn. Maybe I'll make like a Caitlyn video or something, or an Ashe video on manamune. But manamune Kog'Maw has definitely been the most successful and least skill intensive. So definitely lowest skill to highest reward possible right now. Okay, I would highly recommend you guys to try Kog'Maw out. All right, thanks for watching.